This piece is called The Growing Frustration at the Snail's Pace and is the second biggest piece in the show. And one I'm really satisfied with how it turned out. Story-wise, this is, or position-wise in the show, this is definitely still me working with several of the things I'm working on in several of the paintings in the show. This use of buildings and structures. I brought back the trees from some of the paintings. I've got some buildings, I got some different style buildings that were taped off, similar to some other paintings in the show. The waterfalls are back. The ubiquitous kind of circular sun shape up there in the corner is back. I play with different tones of the negative space color, or just whole different colors. Probably use more than I usually do. And then all the figures down here on the bottom. Once again, nobody's really having a great time down here. The painting is called The Growing Frustration at the Snail's Pace because when I think back at this idea of how long till the snake devours its tail, longer than you think, when I think about how long it takes for things to come around in the cycle. So I have the snake in here to kind of represent that, once again, not eating its tail. And the growing frustration at the snail's pace. There's this particularly worried figure down here. There's no snail in the painting because obviously the snail's away. And that's why it's called the snail's pace, because it goes so slow. So it's a bunch of people waiting for the snail to show up. I sometimes like making colloquialisms literal. So, oh, it's moving at a snail's pace. I like to think of everyone waiting on the snail to show up. So this is a painting of everyone waiting on the snail to show up and how long that takes. And the frustration and the worry that begins to appear on people's faces and the disarray that ensues. So we have some of the dogs from the earlier paintings, some of the figures from the earlier paintings, all coming back in one of the last paintings I did for the show that has all these kind of, the sense of unease that comes through in all the paintings. So yeah, I put this one right up in front of the show. I put this one kind of as the one you see when you walk in, because I think it has all the elements of all the others in it. I think this is kind of the Rosetta Stone piece of the whole show, where you can see elements of this and everything else that come after it.